This is Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and natural gas. But first of all, we'll take a look here at NVDA and Meta. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude oil and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have NVIDIA, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, you can see here how we have this sideways action going on here. But what we could do is we could also look at this and see here you'll have a left shoulder, a head, and you have a right shoulder going on here. But so we got to see how that all shakes out. Now, we close above here on this basically of your neckline here. Then she can rip to that 146.54 very easily and maybe even higher. Okay, so we have a lot of resistance going on. So you can see here today, we put a higher high and higher low. That's always good. But what we're looking at here is we're looking at this 21-day here on the upside first. That's 137.14, and then we're looking at that 8-day at 137.53. Now we have to close above it. We can't just get above it. Now again, if we can, then we'll look to the top of this candle here, 138.07, and then we're looking at the 50 SMA here, sitting at 139.76. If we can rally above that, then we have the top of this candle we're looking at. That's your target at 140.85, and then we're going to look right at the top of this candle here at 141.90. Level, and then we're going to go right up to that 146.54 level here. But we got to see how this all shake out because you have a lot of resistance, that 8-day, 21-day, and that 50 SMA here. But we got a good sideways action going on here. Very nice. Okay, downside, we got to watch today's low, obviously. You're looking at 134.63, and then we look at that Tuesday's low. You're looking at 133.83. If that's lost here, we're going to be looking right at the 100-day at 131.06, and then your big retest down here at 126.86. But you can see how this 100-day, how nicely it held it here 4 times. So that tells you that if it does sell down there, it's got a good shot at holding it again. Now here, when we look at a weekly chart here, okay, so you can see here we're basically trading here between the 21-day here at 131.55, and then we're looking at 138.44. So you got like a pinball action going here. You really need to get above that 8-day, and then we can just start follow the candles all the way up till you get a retest. On the downside here, this can be very, very key on a closing basis. 131.55. If that's lost, you can go to the 100-day and then possibly all the way down to the 126. So for me, I'm a long-term holder of this, but I also trade it daily. It seems like it's really in play, even though the market is down. It seems like it just wants a rally up kind of a situation. Now here we have the green over your red that shows momentum to the upside. You only sit at 49, plenty of room to go. But I think maybe what we do is we got to see now this day started off really good on a rally situation. But then she just kind of falling right off here, except for Bitcoin is looking still very, very good. NVIDIA is still looking good as far as the scalp. So you got to figure NVIDIA got all the way down to 134.63 and a high at 138.88. So that's a good scalping opportunity. Okay, let's take a look here now at Meta. Okay, here we have Meta. Now, I think this stock is going to be really in play here in 25. Even if it pulls back, you can see what a nice uptrend this had all the way down to the bottom. You're holding that 8-day, that 21-day, and that 50-day all the way. So you have bottom left, upper right. That's exactly what you want for a very, very bullish chart. Okay, now they have this AI play, and I think all of these are going to do good. I think the Meta, the Amazon, the Microsoft, and I think eventually like Apple just sell a little bit off there today. Google, Netflix, and these are all going to go way back and play here again. So you got to be just a little bit patient here because they had a tremendous run kind of a situation. Now you can see here today here on Meta where he rallied up higher, but you're looking here. See, let me just see if I bigger up here, give you a little better look. Okay, see now look at that 8-day. See, this is why I always point out that 8-day. I know it doesn't look like much, but boy, look how strong that 8-day is. Okay, so you rallied up here, pull back, rally up into it, pull back. And now look at today, nice rally up towards that 21-day, but you notice it couldn't hold it so far, and we're right back below that 8-day. So on the upside, this is what you want to watch. It's at 595, actually 596 now, okay? That's that 8-day. Then we'll come up to the top of this candle, 596.94. We'll come up to the top of here. You're looking at 601.85. Then we'll come up here to today's high, 604.91. And then you have that 21-day at 608.64 level there, okay? So what we have here is, again, we got sideways action, but you notice how nicely it's holding this 50 SMA here. Very, very nice. You always want to have that, just like when it came down here, it held it, and then we lost it for a while, but then once we can regain it, that's the key is regaining those big key levels there. So downside here, this is what you want to watch is you want to watch that 50-day. That's going to be very, very crucial. You're sitting at 588.20. Then we come down here to Tuesday's low. That's at 583.85. And then we have your 580, which is basically just the bottom of that candle right there. And then we can come all the way down here. We just follow the candles all the way on down. You got 566 level here. Okay, you got 564, and then we can come all the way down here to this 567, which is your 100 SMA here. But again, that 50-day is crucial. As long as we're holding that, we're in good shape here. So basically, you're trading between the 50-day, the 8, and the 21-day. We just have some sideways action. But that 8-day is very, very crucial. If you can close above, then we can do is your target's going to be that 21-day. Close above that, well, then we can just follow the candles all the way up here until we get a retest. But right now, that's what you worry about right now is that 8-day. And that 21-day on the upside. On the downside, you just watch that 50-day. Very, very key. Now here, on a closing basis here, we always like to have it close above that 8-day for the week. That'll be tomorrow, 589.14. So far, we're looking pretty good. If it comes down here, this 21-day has been holding very good at 568.36. You can see here how nicely it's been holding here. So again, if it can hold it, then that could be a good buying opportunity here to take it on up long here. Same way with this. If we can close above that 8-day, then we got a good buying opportunity or scalping opportunity to take it up to that 21-day. You get above that 21-day, then I think we can go balls out long until we hit that 638. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin looking very, very nice here. Okay, so you can see where we put this low in here at that 91,735. And then Tuesday, we made a nice higher high, higher low, but we couldn't close above that 8. Now, look at how nice this green candle is with a higher high and a higher low. Very, very nice. But where did it go? Right into that 21-day, okay? See, this is why you trade the charts, okay? So very, very nice. Now, that 8-day crossed over. You can see how bearish it was, where your candles go right into it, okay? But now you can see that 8-day, how it flattened out. If we can get that to curl back up again, we can send that price rate back up to and retest them highs, okay? So what you're watching on the upside is you're watching right there is at 98,787. That's that 21-day, very, very key. If you can get above that, then we're going to come right up here at 99,685, and then we'll come over to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 99,995, and then we can just follow the candles up here. Is where you have roughly 100,328, and then we just kind of follow the candles here again at 103,190, and then we always look to the left of the chart because that was the breakout. You're looking at 105,325, and then we just follow it right on up here, 106,960, and then we have your 108,960 is your retest. But everything's going to be based on a close above this 21-day. That's going to be very, very key. On the downside, this is your key support, okay, is going to be that 95,723. So now we're basically trading between that 8-day and that 21-day. So this is what you want to trade. Now, the trade has been really good here today. I trade the IBIT there for the long. The reason I trade that one is because it trades the spot price of the Bitcoin. Okay, it's not the futures, anything like that. It just trades a spot price 1-to-1. It's owned by Blackwell. They got 30 billion worth of assets, so it's looking really good. Easy in, easy out. Huge volume on this thing. Very nice. Now you can also do the BITI, and that's why I trade for the short side. But right now I'm just right here. I'm just long here because we had this green candle with a higher high and higher low. So you've got to figure this is going to be working next year. So again, just watch that key 8-day on the downside. That's going to be your key support. If that's lost, then we look to Tuesday's low at 92,615, and then we look to the big retest down here at 91,735, and then we can come down here to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 97.85, but then your big target is going to be right there at that 89,422. Now, obviously, if that's lost here, then this is what we're looking for. So I would like to point this out to you. This is 80,670. There's your gap, and then we'll at the top of this candle here at 77,930. There's your fill. A gap and fill. Now, it doesn't always have to fill that, but it could come right down to that gap, and that would be support. Come down to the fill. Now, again, if that's lost here, then you got the Hondo sitting right there at 75,426. But right now, just watch the 8-day on the bottom. That's what you're trading against, and that 21-day there on the top. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, you can see how nice this chart is. We put another higher high and a higher low situation. Okay, we started off from this candle here, and then we just kept on rolling right up here nicely. So today's high, we got as high as 73 level. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing on the upside. Now, if we can get above that, then this is what the candle that you're looking for. That's going to be next. That's 74.45. So you want to watch out when those futures open tonight at 6 p.m. And then we can come up to the top of this candle here, 75.08. But this right here, this 200-day, 75.61, that is going to be your big target right there, okay? So if it can rally up here, that's what the target is. And then we have to see what the reaction is once we get there, because we have a situation like this, okay? Our situation like this, okay? When you run into these key levels here, you don't know, you have to wait for the reaction. Is it going to break above, or is it going to, double top situation and then sell right on down? Then it'll be a nice short. Okay, so always look at that. So that's your big target on the upside, is that 75.51, but we just always look here right to the left and we follow that up. So you don't have to worry about it. At the end of this video, all the support levels for crude and natural gas are posted right there for you. Now, downside, well, we're sitting at 73.27. So what you want to do is just do the reverse. Take this price channel, okay, right across. This was resistance. Now it becomes support, okay? 72.88, that's what you're going to be looking for, okay? It will come over to the top of this candle, 72.25 level, and then we'll come right over here, 71.51, and then we have that 71.44 level, and then we're going to be looking right here at that 100-day at 70.95, and then we have that 8-day at 70.68 level. Then we have that 21-day, which is very nicely at 69.86, and then we have the 50-day at 69.71. So there's a lot of good support right here, and this is rallying up very, very nicely here. You can see how all the price channels are curling right on up here. So this is still, I'm still long the UCO, okay, because, okay, until it tells me different, okay? Right now, this is a long trade. So you got 65, that can go to 70 plus, very easy. Your green is over red, looking very, very bullish. Now, we look at a weekly chart here. You can see here where you had this 75.50 or 61 level. Well, you get right up in here, you're going to be hitting all these levels here again here. Okay? So this is going to give you even more pressure on the old price, okay? 75.80 right here, that 50-day on the weekly. And then right above that, you got 76.63 level, okay? So everything is going to be revolved around this 75.61. If you can pop up a little bit, but it might be like this candle here. Watch that weekly chart, because that 50-day is going to be very, very critical. That 100-day is going to be also very, very critical. On the downside, you can see the 8 is still below, but it's trying to curl it up here. It's working it like a circus monkey here. But again, good support there at that 70.92 level, which basically is all right here. That 100-day lines up very, very nicely. So I should say I'm long until it tells me different. All right, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily chart and your weekly chart. Now, I want to show you the weekly here, because I've always been pointing out this key level right here. This is that, let me see if I can get that a little bit better here, because that's not good at all. Okay, right here. See this? This is that 3.87. Yes, did we go higher than that? Absolutely. But right now, we're still below it, and that's going to be the very, very critical level right here. You can see how long, okay, for how long, that's over a year now that you've been below that 200-day. So in order to rally that up here, okay, if you can crack all that here, we got as high as that 401, okay, and then we made a nice high there on Tuesday of that 420, okay? So what we're looking for here next then is that 439, okay? And then we're looking up here, you're looking at, 439 level, but this is the level that we're looking for on 475 if it keeps on rallying. But right now you can see that it just popped and it dropped right here, okay? But what we had, look at these two candles. What do you see? Okay, see 401. What do we see here? 401. Okay, see that double top situation, and then came down. Now what we have here, sticky here, we have a indecision candle. Okay, so it doesn't know what the hell to do. Does it rally? Does it go down? Doesn't know anything. It's just sitting there as an indecision. So let's look at the upside here. You got to get above and close above that 3.71. That's the key. Now you popped above it, but you didn't close above it. Okay, now if you can, then we'll come right up to that 380. Okay, then we just go right to the left here. You got 382, and then we'll come up here. You got 394, and then we'll be looking for that 401 retest. Okay, and then we got to see if that's it. Gets already got a double top. If you can bust through that, then you can hit that 420 level, and then we can just take the candles up here, maybe all the way to that 475 level. But right now, we got to get above that 8-day. Now, downside here, well, what we want to do is we want to watch on Tuesday's low. That's at 3.57. And then today's low, okay, 3.54. That's going to be very key, because there's your gap. And then look at the top of this candle, 3.45. There's your fill. You gap your fill, and then we have your 21-day at 3.43. Now you can see how nice this is holding that 21-day all the way through. Even on this contract roll came down, but you notice that it closed back above that 21-day. Then we had that spike high. They were talking about the January is going to be the coldest month of the year and the most snow and all this and all that. Well, what we did on natty gas is you got a good pop and you got a drop, so you had to get the hell out of that because you could not hold that key level at that 401. Okay, you closed below it. We had a little rally, but you had a big red engulfing candle, and now we have an indecision candle. So basically, this is what you want to watch: watch that 8-day on the upside. You close above it, then when your big target is going to be this 401, you break through that. 420 is your target. Okay, downside here, watch today's low 3.54. If that's lost, look to the top of this candle 3.45. There's your gap, your fill. And then we'll see what happens if it gets down to that 3.43 level. That's the 21-day. Okay, but I'm to say on this weekly again, always watch these key levels here, okay? Because the weekly is like, okay, daily is very, 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 very solid, but the weekly is even more solid, okay, as you can obviously tell. So just because it pops up, you know, for that day or for that whatever, that doesn't mean that's where it's going to be, okay? That's the key, is at 3.87. You really have to close above that. Then you can have a run going all the way on up. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Friday, last day of the week here. It's a fast week, eh? I'll be here, before 7 o'clock, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas, and we'll see how everything shakes out. Okay, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.